Hey, what is going on, guys? Hex coming back again with a brand new video, and as always, Intelligible, that'll be the topic we are talking about today, which just so happens to be about ReZero. And this episode at first I knew it was gonna be like kind of hard to talk about because it's just nothing but really fighting scenes. In the first half, epic. The acrobatics of what's her name, Elsa, was absolutely ridiculous. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And one thing we did learn, the first thing we learned about in this episode was this like the only history that's actually changing really is Subaru's, because obviously the other ones can't time travel back. So you have Emilia, as her name is revealed actually towards the end of this episode, which I don't want to skip around, so I'll get to that in a second. She's the same person. She helps the kid every time. She does everything that she did before. Nothing will ever change, and she still likes Subaru for him trying so hard and doing his best. And you can obviously tell you might as well just ship Subaru and Emilia now. But so finally we have Reinhard. He shows up, and Reinhard is a badass. Simply, that's the easiest way I can put it. They're talking about mana, and their powers are really unique. I found their powers really interesting. Like, there's similarities to all other anime, obviously, because, let's face it, so many ideas been thrown out there. It's hard to have something that's totally original. You may not intend to copy someone else, but it's just not original. And I love the theme music in this anime, by the way. I really, really do. And Elsa's a freak. The best way to put it is Elsa is a total freak, and you can tell she's definitely been raised weird, and Reinhardt even states that she is from like the Providence, North Providence, or something like that, because a lot of people in the kingdom know about her and everything too. And you can tell she was bred to simply murder and do nothing else and have no emotions. You can tell she kind of has she doesn't even really have emotions. I think it's just more so the tone of her voice. Unlike a Seiya, like a Gakusen Tojo Hysteric, she sounds just really bland. But honestly, after that first attack from Reinhardt, I thought she was deader than a doornail. I mean, people can get cut from swords, but they can survive I don't even know what that was, dude. That was like a super command, man, from a sword. And the whole time, Reinhardt wasn't even trying. He's literally fighting her without a weapon for like a solid 30 seconds there. And you can tell he steps on the floorboard and this mana shoots up. So you can tell there's going to be a lot more magic, I think, in this anime as we go along. And he wouldn't even pull out his real sword to fight her. He said it wasn't that time to do that. I don't use it for special occasions. And apparently his sword is supposed to be super, super sharp, which, if that's the case, she would have been dead in like one stroke, simply because she picks up a default weapon that he finds on the ground and says you'll have to do, and well, cuts right through one of her fangs, I think she called them, but blades. And the fact is, Reinhardt's really strong, and he seems to be someone that's actually really laid back and not a stiffler for the rules, because as we know, he definitely works for the kingdom, and he's from a noble family, because it says he's from a master swordsman family, something like that. And you can tell he should be a stickler to the rules, but he's not throughout this whole anime until, well, Philip brings out the insignia, and she's literally going to hand it back to Emilia. So I'm kind of like, okay, she's finally getting her insignia back, like I thought would happen. You know, I didn't think it'd happen this soon, but so it's just like, and it's really interesting that this anime's moves this fast already, and I think I've read that it's due for 25 episodes, so that's nuts. There's gonna be a lot of things going on, but he grabs Felt's hand, and then he says he's gonna have to take her to prison, because just before that he says he's gonna overlook what they've done simply because he's off duty today. But as soon as he finds out that Philip stole the insignia from Emilia, which I feel like him and Emilia may be acquaintances. They know each other somehow. Maybe not very well, but they do know each other. At least that's how it felt to me when they're talking. But what is it with this insignia? Because as soon as Philip went to hand it back to Emilia, Reinhard just totally freaked out and said, I need to take her with me to jail. And excuse me, something in my eye. He says, I need to take her back to jail. Or not jail, I need to take her to the kingdom, I think he said. And he's just totally cool. So what's the big deal about fella handing back this insignia? Who cares if she stole it? She's giving it back. And he's asking who she is and everything. That's what really got me. Whenever he started questioning, who are you? What name do you, what last name do you carry? And Phil, basically says she's a nobody. She's from the slums. So after he finds out Felt truly is a nobody, and it's Emily insignia, like literally, Reinhard takes the insignia from Felt after he makes her unconscious with that magical ability and hands it to Emily. Says, "Here, Emily, take this insignia back." And I'm sorry, I'm stuttering right there. I'm just kind of like, so why is it okay that Emily has it and Felt doesn't? Like it just blows my mind. Like, obviously, it's not Felt, so I can see it. Insignia obviously plays an important role, so that makes sense why Felt can't have it. But why would he just hand it back? Like, literally hand it to Emily, then it's okay that Emily has it, but Felt stole it. So, she literally stole it. So, how does that make her something special? She's just a thief. So, and then he says at the very end of the anime that this may be the last full moon we get to have. Or calm full moon. So yeah, as you can tell, this last like 2.5 minutes of the video has been really a lot different kind of pace than how I'm talking, because this really has me dumbfounded. If you guys have any ideas, be sure to list them in the comments below. As always, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Hex25. I appreciate the continued support. I'll see you guys.